Hi artists, today we're going to be making portraits of rabbits. Please check out the video. You can either watch it first and draw your own, or you can follow along with me. Let's go. So to get started, you're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil. What you're going to start with first is the rabbit's mouth and nose area. What I need you to do is start your pencil and start by making a circular shape. And the shape does not have to be a perfect circle. What I'm doing right now is I'm using a type of line that we've talked about in art class before called a feather line. A feather line is when you kind of use your paintbrush, whoops, I said that backwards. When you use your pencil like it's a paintbrush and you're not just doing one shape like this, you're kind of using a more painterly approach. Now what I'm going to do next to form the rabbit's face is I'm going to create kind of like a curved line on one side and then the opposite curve line on the other side. This is going to represent the rabbit's cheeks. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Draw really lightly in case you need to make some changes and just do your best and have fun with it, okay? Now, I'm gonna finish off the rabbit's head by kind of making like an upside down U shape. And I'm gonna make that upside down U shape right over here at the top of the rabbit's head. Now, rabbits don't look like rabbits without their ears. For the ears, you can kind of make either like an oval shape or an almond shape. Do your best. You can draw them onto your paper, okay? Now I'm gonna give my rabbit some shoulders. And I'm gonna give the rabbit a little bit of dimension as well. If I create a line from the ear to the snout on one side, and then a line from the ear to the snout on the other side, it'll kind of give the illusion like this part is a bit raised and this part of the rabbit kind of recedes because this is the area where the eyes would end up going. Now, speaking of eyes, I'm gonna add the eye shapes for my rabbit. I'm gonna add one oval shape over here. I'm gonna add another oval shape over here. And I'm gonna put some circles in the middle. The circles are gonna represent light reflecting. So it kind of looks like the eyes have a little bit of a glow to them. Now for the snout, I'm gonna give my rabbit a cute little nose. I'm gonna do kind of like a U shape over here. And then for the mouth, I'm gonna do almost like a J and then a backwards J, and that'll kind of represent the rabbit's mouth. Now at this point, I recommend using a marker or a crayon, whatever art supply you have, and kind of outline what you have already created so that the next parts don't get confusing. I'm gonna use my Sharpie to color in the rabbit's eye. Do you have to do that? No, perhaps you wanna make your eyes another color other than black. It's really up to you. You guys can definitely take some creative liberties with this project. I'm gonna outline this part of the rabbit's head. I'm gonna outline the ear. And it's okay if it's not perfect. If you go a little outside the lines, that's okay. Just do your best. And you can also make changes as you go too. Like for example, I think I'd like to make this rabbit's head a little bit wider on this side. I noticed it's kind of fine over here, but this side got a little bit droopy. So it's okay to make changes as you go with your marker. I kind of like the freedom that using a marker over your pencil lines gives you, because not only will it define your lines, but it'll kind of make things look a little bit neater, and you can make changes as you go, which is really, really helpful. Now I'm almost done with my outline. I'm gonna grab my pencil again, and this is gonna be the tricky part. If you notice on this rabbit, I've added some fur-looking texture, and the way I've done that is I've done that with lines. But before I did that, I created some almost like stripe shapes on the rabbit itself. So try that as well. Use a pencil. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add maybe 3, you can do 4 too, stripe shapes on the rabbit's ears. What I'm gonna do on the forehead shape is I'm gonna do the same kind of thing, but I'm gonna kind of curve it a little bit. And I'm gonna do that over here on the rabbit's cheek area. And I'm gonna make them connect. If you notice these lines over here that I did on the top of the nose part, I'm gonna kind of correspond that with the cheek of the rabbit so it all looks like one cohesive rabbit. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the shoulders. Now, what I have done on this rabbit is I've just used a more narrow marker, which you're welcome to do if you have one, and I've just created lines within the spaces that I've created, and that kind of creates a fur texture. Now this is totally an option for you for this project. If you would like to do the same technique that I did for this one and do a fur texture, feel free to kind of use these lines. You can use a marker if you have it. You can use colored pencils. You can use regular pencil if you'd like to do that. But if you would like to go another route for this project, that's okay too. Maybe instead of fur, maybe you'd like to add some sort of designer pattern to your rabbit. Something like that would be fine also. So it's really up to you what kind of route you decide to take with your rabbit. You can be very, very creative. Maybe you want to give your rabbit some glasses. Maybe your rabbit has some sort of bow in its hair. It's really up to you how you decorate your rabbit. And an idea for you is you can use scissors to cut out your rabbit. And if you have construction paper, if you have a glue stick, you can add your rabbit to a background. You can include a message. Maybe you'd like to add some grass to your rabbit by using scissors. It's really up to you guys how you create your project. I can't wait to see what you come up with.